Internet people, it's Bo again. I heard y'all want to date my daughter. You gonna have her home by 11, right? Yeah, it's that time of year again. We're about to see all kind of photos on social media of fathers standing there holding rifles and shotguns, standing next to some teenage boy that they're having to have the talk to. I know it's a joke. 9 times out of 10 today, it's a joke. But let's talk about the joke because it's not a good joke, and it's sending a message to your daughter, and I'm not sure that you realize the message it's sending. It's probably not one you actually want to send. So, what's a joke? The joke is that if this boy isn't threatened with a firearm, that he's going to force himself on your daughter. Man, if you believe that, you probably shouldn't let him go out. I mean, that seems kind of reckless on your part. I mean, that shouldn't even be a possibility. If you even believe that in the slightest, you got any inkling, you need to stop that date before it starts. Now, the alternative is that you don't believe that. And then I got to ask why you're waving a firearm around. I know somebody's going to say, well, it's not about him forcing himself on her, it's about bad judgment. You're going to kill him over bad judgment, huh? Okay. Let's talk about the message you're sending to your daughter. First, she needs a man to protect her. She's not capable of doing that herself. And you'll be there, shotgun in hand, until she's married and you hand her off to some other man. Right? It's that property rights thing we talked about in that other video. It's a very dated concept. And to be honest, guys, it's a little creepy. The other message you're sending is that you don't trust her. You don't trust her, you don't trust her judgment. Because you don't trust her judgment in the boy that she picked. And you don't trust her to do what you want her to do. So much so that you gotta threaten to kill this boy. So if she wants to do something that you don't want her to do, he'll still say no. Man, that's a lot of distrust there. Not very empowering, any of this. What do you think is going to happen if young Juliet goes a little bit further than Daddy wants her to? You think she's going to come home and tell you? Oh no, because you're going to put a load of buckshot in a Romeo. You're killing communication with your daughter, guys. And then think about that. 2 young people out there doing that without all the information. A lot of bad things can happen that way. If only there was someone in their life, in her life, that cared enough to tell her how to be safe. Or I guess you could post a photo on Facebook. I guess that's cool too. The other side to this coin is that I do understand that there are times when you may need to put the fear of God into some teenage boy. I get that. It might happen. I had to do it. She was 16. He was a couple years older, and he wasn't a bad guy in the sense that he was going to hurt her, but he made a lot of dumb decisions. You know what I didn't need to have that conversation? A firearm. Do you need a firearm to intimidate a teenage boy? As a father, that says more about you than him. These are not toys. I mean, this is. But guns aren't toys. Guns aren't props. If you're breaking out a gun, you should be getting ready to destroy or kill something. If you're not, what are you doing? What message are you really trying to send? Does it have anything to do with your daughter? Or does it have to do with you looking like a real man? And in the process, pointing out that you can't intimidate a teenage boy without a gun. I'm going to assume that since you took the time to take a photo with your daughter's boyfriend, that you're involved in her life. You probably want her to feel empowered. She doesn't need a man to protect her. She's got this. You probably want her to feel trusted. You probably want her to have all the information she needs. You probably want her to be able to come to you with anything. It's time to let this joke die, guys. It's not a good look. It's not a good joke. It's saying a lot of bad things all at once. And please, put the guns away unless you need it. Just something to think about. Y'all have a good night.